On January 6, 2013, this is Advanced Lesson Number 1. Great Bridge friends, Michael here at Bridge Hands, and welcome to our new series on Advanced Lessons. Now, like the Pulling You series, we're going to be discussing hands and play. This time, though, they're going to be shorter lessons, and what we're going to do is we're going to focus for the advanced players in one segment and the emerging players, we call the social players, in the other segment. So in this session, we're going to be taking a look at competition for some time. The first one here, we're going to take a look at free bids. Okay, so what are some of the things we need to think about? Well, in competition, we have a situation where one or both of the opponents are bidding. We're not sure if we have 25 or more points to make our game. Now, when we're in the pass-out seat, that is, where if we don't bid, the auction closes, we may want to consider borrowing a king from our partner, 3 points or so, to keep the auction alive. But we should consider things such as, what is the shape? Are the intermediate honors, are they onsides or offside? Do we have some wasted values in our opponent's suits? Versus having shortness in the opponent's suit and extra length, maybe a two-suited hands, that provide us some extras. Are some of the honors onsides or offsides vis-a-vis the opponent's bidding, and so on. Now, typically, when we're in a competitive auction, we like to push the opponents beyond the 2 level, and if we have really big shape, beyond the 4 level. And the saying goes, the 3 level and the 5 level oftentimes belongs to the opponents. If we can push them to 3 in a suit higher than ours, maybe they'll go down 1. Maybe they'll set us by 1, but if we're not vulnerable, oh well, not so bad. So there are those things to consider. So when we're in the direct seat, and we make a bid that we didn't have to, generally most of us plays, that's a free bid. A free bid should have some extras to show that we do have some interest in game. Yes, there are other things that you may be aware of, such as maximal doubles, which we may discuss at another point in time. But the main thing is, know your partner. Does your partner understand when you're making a free bid you have extras? When your partner is in the pass-out seat and makes a bid, do you realize they might be borrowing a king from you? And if you make another bid, you may punish your partner? What do they say? No good deed ever goes unpunished? No, seriously. When we have an opportunity in the balancing seat to keep the auction alive, where we have enough to kind of get them to the 3 level or get them to overbid us, we want to do that in these mano-a-mano kind of hand-to-hand combat with the opponents. So know your partner, know yourself, and know what the opponents are doing. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so on our first hand, you're going to be north, I'll be south, and be looking at your hand. Be ready when it's your turn to bid. Okay, here I go. I have a 5-4-3-1 shape. Queen, 10, 5 times in spades, 2 points, maybe 1 distribution. Queen, 10, 9, 8 in diamonds, nice suit. There's another 2 points. Ace, king, 3 times in clubs, there's another 7, and a singleton heart. With 11 points and a singleton, especially with the spade, my spade suit is reasonable. I'm going to open 1 spade. Okay, your bid will be coming up in a moment. We're over to the west hand, and it's a 5-4-2-2 shape. They have 14 points. Ace, jack, 10, 5 times in hearts. King, jack, 4 times in spade suit. They like that, having the king, jack 4 times in spades behind me with the spade bidder in the south. King doubleton in diamonds and a queen doubleton in clubs with 14 points and 5 hearts. They will bid 2 hearts, and it's your bid. Go right ahead. $13, $14, $15. Well, if you took more time than that and you weren't still wondering, or were still wondering what you were going to bid, we've got a little problem, because we don't want to take more than about 10 to 15 seconds to a bid, or the opponents know something's up. We've hesitated in the north hand. They may call the director, say this person's hesitated. So you don't want to be caught in the proverbial situation with your pants not quite around your waist, right? You want to be ready when it's your turn to bid. Now, your options are, you could pass, you could bid 2 spades with ace doubleton, you could bid 2 no trump with king, queen 3 times. You do have 10 points. Or you could make a negative double. You have 4-4 in the other suits. But look at those cards. They're terrible in the minors, aren't they? 4 babies and jack fourth in the other. Do you really want to get to 3 level with that? So let's say you didn't know what to do and you passed. We'll come back to better bids. Okay, over to the east hand. It's a 4-4-3-2, 4-4 in the rounded suits, ace jack 3 times in diamonds and 2 spades. Well, you want to play the law of total tricks to bid up to the level of the number of your tricks. We'll come to that later. At this time you might pass, though. You don't see much of a chance for a game with just ace jack in a side suit. Okay, over now to the south hand. Well, it's 1 spade, 2 hearts. Your partner took some extra time. That's not good. You would do probably a reopening double. You want to compete. So, yeah, you've singleton heart. Maybe your partner will leave it in. Maybe they've got a lot of hearts. You don't know what's going on. But you want to borrow a king from your partner. And so that does give you enough points to make a bid. Hopefully your partner won't punish you, right? Okay, reopening double in the pass-out seat. A pass by west. Now it's you and north, and you are back in the hot seat again. What is it this time? 3 diamonds, 3 clubs, 2 no trump, 2 spades. Well, this north bids 2 spades. We're going to look at this differently. Don't worry about it. I know it's probably not your favorite auction. It's not mine. But at any rate, they're playing in 2 spades in the south. And the opening lead is now over by the west hand. What do you want to lead over in the west hand? Leading away from your unprotected ace of hearts, queen doubleton of clubs, king doubleton of diamonds, or one of the trump suits, spades. Well, if you said anything other than spades, you're a winner. But that's not that easy to follow, is it? A lot of people would want to lead spades. I might consider leading spades myself. So really, though, when they're stopping at 2 spades, you've got 14 points. There's points elsewhere. They're not inviting a game. So your partner's probably got about 5-6 points themselves. So where might it be? Well, if they've got an ace in one of the minors, then you maybe have a chance to get a ruff if you pick the diamond suit. So I don't like leading away from king doubletons, but desperate times, desperate measures. So if you're going to lead anything other than the spade suit, the loser, anything else is going to work. I don't recommend leading away from an unprotected ace, though. So let's say it's the king of diamonds. King of diamonds, Malo, and your partner plays a jack, encouragement. South, you played the 10. Good on you if you did that. Might as well make a false card. Don't play the 8. Play the 10. Maybe they'll think that you're short. Okay, so yes, you'll come back with a second one, obviously, to your partner's ace. And they will think, oh, I see 4 in the dummy. I'm going to give my partner a ruff. I know they've got 5 hearts. So you'll go ahead and play a diamond. And it is ruffed by your partner in the west. West, you're back in the lead again. This time, I suppose the club, I don't know. I still don't like leading away from the unpredicted ace of hearts, especially now that you see king, queen 3 times and make it roughed right away. So, okay, we'll go ahead and play a club. And it goes to South's ace. All right. So we've got 7 trumps, right? 5 and 2. They could bend 3 and 3. They could be 4 and 2, but somebody's roughed 1 already, right? So there's 1 you don't have to worry about. So at any rate, with them with 5 trumps left, let's see what happens. We play a spade up to the ace and a spade back to the 10, trying for the finesse, and it doesn't work to the jack, unfortunately, so they've still got the outstanding king. And they play the ace of hearts at this time. Now that there's no entries in the dummy, right, that spade entry is out, so go ahead and play it. And obviously you're not going to play more hearts, it'll get pitches. So you can go ahead and play your club. They win it with the king. And they play a spade to your king, and you have to, at this point, you're kind of end played with the hearts, so you play a heart, and they win it with the queen. The king by the north hand, you can pitch the diamond, which is a winner anyway, and you can see that you've got the remaining 2. So you've made 7 tricks, you're down 1. I think it was fine to go ahead and open 1 spade with this holding, queen 10 5 times, 11 points, and a singleton. Fairly standard for competitive duplicate players. And certainly 2 heart overcall. It's hard to be ready in time with a hand like this in the north, right? Your partner's opened, you've got 10, you've got spread honors, probably 2 no trumps a better bid. We're going to come back to that. After it did go 2 spades over here in the south, when it went around over here to the east, now they were in the balancing seat. And if they're non-vulnerable, I would say go 3 hearts. Your partner's got 5, you've got 4, you've got an outside ace, jack. You want to compete, right? And hopefully they'll go 3 spades or something. But if you're vulnerable and they double you, then that might not be good, right? Vulnerable and double for 200 is not good in duplicate. Okay, well, it was a challenging hand. We're going to try more variations of it, so let's go on to hand number 2. Okay, on our second hand, south once again is the dealer. All pretty much the same cards, except rather than having ace, king 3 times in clubs, this time it's just ace doubleton in clubs, and look at this. We've moved the king to the spade suit. Nice, yes? So we still have 11 high card points, but this time we have king, queen, 10, 6 times in spades. We'll open 1 spade. In third seat, by the way, I would not recommend to open 2 spades preemptively. You don't have that many losers, which we'll come back to in a moment. Over to the west, 2 hearts with 14 points in ace, jack, 10, 5 times in the heart suit. To north, here we go again, same hand. Hopefully it won't take so long to bid this one. I think it's 2 no trump. Probably is the best bid with king, queen, third of hearts. There's half of your 10 points right there. I don't much like the idea of making a negative double with those, well, I don't have a nice word for it in terms of the diamonds. 6, 5, 4, 3 in clubs. Well, you've got an honor, but jack fourth? Ugh. So I'm going to recommend making a 2 no trump call. Regardless, when it goes over to east, you've got a 9 card fit. Your partner is showing 12 points or more, making a 2 heart bid and 5 in length. You've got 4. The law of total tricks, bid to the level of the number of your cards in the suit. You have 9. A book, 6 minus 9 is 3 level, so you should bid 3 hearts. And to south, you're in the direct seat. You're not in the pass-out seat. Do you want to make a bid? 11 points. Aha! Remember our lessons on losing trick count, cover cards, suit quality? Over in the Polling U lessons, 78 through 81. And look at this over here. We have king, queen, 10, 6 times. 3 honors, 6 long, suit quality of 9. Add them up. With suit quality of 9, it's semi-self-sustaining. You can start counting our losing trick counts, and let's do it. 1 loser in spades, 1 loser in hearts, 1 loser in clubs is 3. Maybe up to 3 in diamonds. Queen third, side suit, 3 losers. Queen 10, 2.5 losers, provided we can get to our partner's hand a couple times, repeated finesses. Yeah, it looks like it's around a 6 loser hand. So I'd say make a free bid. You have extras. Forget the 11 points. That spade suit, it sparkles too, doesn't it? Okay, so 3 spades it is. A pass by west. Partner north with 10 points. Ace doubleton. Well, you're glad you've got a ace doubleton in your partner's suit. Any honor doubleton is good when your partner's showing 6 and made a free bid. That king, queen of hearts, you may get 1 trick there, maybe not 2. You don't really have a lot of entries to that north hand, do you? Your partner can't get in many times probably, if hearts there and hearts bid over here. So I'd say pass. Interesting play of the hand, and we'll get to that in a second. Okay, so the opening lead is over by west. What do you want to do? Well, if you think a long, long time, your partner is going to be wondering what you're doing, and the opponents will certainly be knowing what you're doing, because what you're doing, you remember in your kids in school, and somebody put those signs on your back, like kick me or something like that? Well, what do you think is going to happen if you take a long time? It's kind of like this, isn't it? Finesse me. Now, sure, advanced players are going to know that when you made a 2-level bid that you've got 12 points or more. But really, don't take a lot of time, or you're just signaling for the declare is that you've got a lot of problems. So, I would probably lead the king of clubs. You've got maybe the king of clubs is one possibility. The king of diamonds is another. I would not lead away from a jack third. I don't like those leads in a trump. Now, if they've got a 9-card suit, not quite so bad. But when they've got an 8-card suit, it could be that you're jack third and your partner's got king doubleton. They may play the finesse wrong. In this case, I don't like that lead. If you've had that where you've had ace king in a suit, great. But when you've got ace queen, now you're not sure exactly how to play some of the finesses. It's this ace queen 10 split. So I don't like leading the spade suit. So anyway, let's say that this person does, like I would probably, doesn't get the spirited diamond lead. And oh, by the way, if you wanted to do that diamond king lead like we did before, you're in deep clover, because that you can set 3 spades. But let's say you do probably normally lead splitting your honors away from the king queen third of clubs. It goes like this: a king of clubs, which we take by the south. We see that our best line of play is to play some trump, but we also want to do that heart finesse. So we got to be kind of mindful of entries. I think I would do the heart finesse first, wouldn't you? They've got a lot of hearts in both sides. This person went to 3 hearts over in the east. This person goes with the spade first. I'm not so sure I like that. I would do the heart first. Okay, at any rate, we win it with the ace. We come back with the spade to the king. They've both followed. And we've got going to be able to drop the last one since they apparently are 3-2. So we play the queen and gets a 2 of hearts over here. No interest in the heart suit. Okay, so you now have an opportunity to make some plays. You don't have a lot of entries to the dummy, do you? You're going to play that heart now. Wouldn't you wish you would have done that before? Yeah, I think so. So you play that low heart. And they have to decide whether to go up with the ace or not. Some will go up with the ace. In that case, if the person has a doubleton down here, you can see the problem. Then they're going to be able to pitch on the king-queen. So, okay, you've won the queen of north. Great. You got rid of one of your losers there, haven't you? So you can come back in a diamond. You want to do this diamond finesse. Since we spoke earlier, we don't have a lot of entries to that north hand to do repeated finesses. So that queen 10-9-8 probably wasn't worth that many tricks. Maybe it wasn't a 2.5 loser after all this time. Okay, so we do a low diamond to the 10, top of the sequence, false carding. The king does win. And okay, you're on lead over here. I guess you could play the ace of hearts now. It may be too late, but your partner has probably 4. You're hoping it's a 5-4, 2-2 suit, but there were 3 in the north hand. So it looks like if your partner had 4, it was a singleton. But there's not a lot of entries to the north hand, but we'll come back to that in a second. The ace of hearts is roughed to south. You're quite happy about that, quite amused. And so the diamond suit, you don't really want to lead that right away. I guess you'll go with the club and hopefully that maybe it was a queen doubleton over by the west hand. And it was, and they have to go up and take it. But now they're on lead and they might be end played. They don't want to come back in a heart. They sure don't want to come back in the club. Then they got to come back in diamond. And they saw us trying to do some finesses on that. So unfortunately, they're stuck. They'll play a diamond to the ace. Now, east, you're stuck. Do you want to go with the heart? No. Do you want to go with the club to that jack that's been promoted? No. So you go with the diamond, the suit that south was trying to promote and finesse all along. So, in fact, that queen 10-9-8 did set up because of a little misplay on behalf of the opponents. So, at this point, you got the rest of the tricks. You made 10. You could have been where you didn't make 9, but sometimes the worm turns in many different ways. And so taking a look at this, yeah, if you would have led the king of diamonds, you would have been able to set him. I'm not saying that just because it's happened twice here today, that's a good lead. It's terrible leads away from king doubleton. But when you think your partner has some points, fine. Now, if you're thinking that because your partner supported your heart suit, they have the king, and therefore it's immunity from leading away from unprotected lace, forget that thought, because it doesn't mean that just because they supported the suit, they have the king. They may, but they may not. You still have some problems. And if you heard 2 no trump by the north, then you're not going to be feeling so good about playing unprotected ace, are you? I hope not. If it was a double over here, then you might want to leave that unprotected ace. But there's a lot of different options on this hand, and you can see that when you have these competitive situations, the bidding and the play is a little bit obtuse sometimes. And so we just have to roll the dice, give it our best shot, and if you win more than 50% of the time, you did better than most. Okay, next hand. All right, on our third hand, we'll go back to the same configuration that we had on hand number 1, and this time we'll have a different auction. We'll start off with the 1 spade bid, and then 2 hearts, north, I'm not sure what they're going to do, 2 no trump, or a negative double, I suppose, is the better bids. And in this case, it's 3 hearts by the east hand with the 4 hearts and ace jack 3 times in diamonds. No bid by south, and it passes out, or should it? Well, north. Do you know the rule of 10 and the rule of 12? Oh my gosh, more rules. There are so many rules in this game. Actually, they're not rules. They're just guides. But we have like the rule of 20, which is where we take a look at the number of high card points plus the length. And if it adds up to 20 or more, assuming our honors are in those big long suits, then we can open. Rule of 15 and the 4 seat. Take a look at the number of spades plus the number of high card points. If it's 15 or more, we open. We have the rule of 11 when we open from 4th best in terms of determine how many outstanding cards are out. And a lot of others like the rule of 7, which is holdbacks to disrupt the opponent's competition. You can look at those on bridge hands, but for right now, we're focusing on the rule of 10 and the rule of 12, which says if we do not have a fit with the partner, when do we double the opponents? Well, when we have 20 points or more, our partner's opened, we have 10 in the north, not a great 10 with that check, but we have king, queen, 3 times in hearts. The rule of 10 says we look at the number of winners, and if hearts were bid over in the west hand, and we've got king, queen behind that, we ought to have 2 winners there. And we take a look at the level. The level they bid is the, what, 9? They bid to the 3 level, that's 9. 9 and 2 make 11. We are more than 10. We're 10 or more, we can double for penalty. So we would normally double that. And our partner may feel a little uncomfortable with that opening with 11. Hopefully they won't pull if there's nowhere to run. And we'll see if we can set 3 hearts. Now I said you have to have a misfit with your partner. With ace doubleton, I don't know. It's a little close, isn't it? If it was ace king, I would not say it's a misfit. I would say that 2 honors are 2 top winners. In this case, though, let's say that we double 3 hearts. We'll show it here as though it's being played in 2 hearts, just so you can get a feel for the line of play. But we'll see how many tricks are made. So the opening lead, I suppose, would be top of nothing. That's 6 of diamonds. You don't want to lead away from that ace doubleton, although it might work. I'm not sure. You might get a ruff in, but these are kind of natural trump tricks, so why go for ruffs? Okay, so we don't want to lead away from a jack 4th. We want to lead at the top, diamond top of nothing. And it goes to a jack to our queen in the south, and the king being won by the declare. In this case, it's going to be all by the west hand, so I hope that doesn't mess you up too much. West hand is declare, and it's on lead, and they certainly want to get some spade finesses through south, so they need to get over to that hand, which would be via a diamond to the ace. Okay, spade coming through. We've got the tennises, the king, jack 4 times, and we play a 9. It is covered by the 10 to the jack, and north is not the dummy. This is one of the players here, the opening leader, and they win with the ace. Okay. All right, they can come back with another diamond, and it goes to south 9, and it's ruffed with only a singleton diamond in the west hand. So, okay, you can cash out your king of spades. That's good anyway. Hopefully there's another one held by the north hand. We play the king. Yes, they have it. So it looks like it was a 5-4-2-2, right? 5 were held by south. They opened 1 spade. We had 4, and everybody else has played 2. So we want to get some ruffs, and if they want to go up with their king, queen, fine. If not, well, here we go. We play a spade. We ruff it with a low. Great. They pitched a diamond. Come back in a heart. Okay, they win it with the king. All right, they don't want to play a heart, so they play a club to our partner's south's king, lowest of touching. Then the ace drops the queen. Okay, now a club, and we ruff it with the 10. Everybody else follows. we play a spade, not the heart. We play a spade. They either go up with the queen or not. If they don't, we're going to rough it. So, yeah, they win the queen, and then that's it. Declare over in the west has the jack of hearts and the ace of hearts, making 8 tricks down 1. So that was a kind of an interesting hand, wasn't it? If they are allowed to play in 2 hearts with 9 tricks, they're fine. Even if it's at 3, most people will not probably make a penalty double. But if you know that rule of 10, remember, you take a look when you have a misfit, you have 20 points or more, you take a look at the number of winners, right? In this case, you have to assume that your king, queen are going to be winners behind the heart bidder, who ostensibly has ace than others. Then you would add up that value. They went to the 3 level, 3. And we've got 2, that is more than 10. So 10 or more, give them a penalty double. Okay? Oh, by the way, the rule of 12, if you have a long suit, rather than count the number of winners, you count the length of the suit. So let's say you had queen 4 times in the suit. Then you would take at the level, they're up at the level of 9, right? 3 level is 9. And we have 4, 9, and 4 is 12. 12 or more, you double based upon the length. So the number of winners or the length for the rule of 10, rule of 12, with the misfit. Okay, good. Final hand. Let's try some no trump. All right, we've reached our 4th and final hand, and let's try some no trump bidding. So south, same hand as we had before, 5, 4, 3, 1, 11 points, opens 1 spade. West with a 5, 4, 2, 2, 14 points, 2 hearts. North with 10 points, king, queen 3 times in hearts, jack 4 times in clubs, 4 small diamonds, and ace, double, 10 in spades, 10 points, 2 no trump. And remember, we like to have 22, 23 points or more to play in 2 no trump. Okay. Over to the east hand. Might want to go 3 hearts, even still. Vulnerable, maybe not, if they think they're going to get whacked. We saw that on the last hand. They're just going to go for the set and just going to pass out. So the auction passes out. This time north is the declare, and it's 2 no trump. So the opening lead is by the east hand. Probably going to be the 9 of hearts. Top of either doubleton or 4. Your partner will probably think it's a doubleton, but well, I don't think you have any other lead you want. I wouldn't lead the lowest, which would look like a odd number. You might want to try the 6. At any rate, okay, a heart lead comes out. A heart 9 to a 4 in the south, a singleton. Okay, and the dummy is shown in the south hand this time. Everybody's seeing the south hand, all right? Okay, a 10 from ace, jack, 10, 8, 7. They saw the 9. They know that all the rest of them are good. If that was a singleton or doubleton, go ahead and overtake it. They're all the same at this point. And it's one with the king. And remember, this is the declare hand. They're false carding, playing the king from king, queen. Make it look like maybe that's all they have. And okay, they've won it, and now it's time to have a strategy. And you're in no trump in the north hand. Everybody sees the dummy in the south, and it looks like you're going to try promoting that diamond suit with repeated finesses. So a low diamond to the 10. They win with the king. Okay, we like that they didn't win with the jack. That's cool. We know where the jack is. It's got to be held by the east hand if they win with the king. Okay, over in the west, we see the dummy in the south. We won with the king. What do you want to play here? Well, you don't want to probably play a spade because you see the spades down here. They're trying to promote the diamonds, apparently. It must be 4-4. That leaves clubs or hearts. Your partner's played that 9 of hearts, so the rest are good except for the queen out, right? So we play the ace. Your partner goes low, and you see a spade there. So you know it looked like it was a 5, 4, 3, 1. So we'll play another heart. Okay. They win with the queen, and they're going to do the diamond thing again, right? From the declare's perspective, another diamond to the jack to the queen. Good. Another diamond. Pitch of a spade. They win with the ace of diamonds, and they're going to come back with a spade. Why not with a heart? Well, it won't matter either way, will it? They're going to get those 2 tricks, and that will be it. At any rate, they played a spade rather than a heart. Oh, well. Okay, win with the ace. They play the last diamond. They play the ace of clubs. They play the king of clubs. Oops, the queen dropped. So the 8 of clubs now can go to the jack, and they can go ahead, give the last 2 tricks. They've got their 8. So let's go back and take a look at that. You recall that was 1 spade, 2 hearts, 2 no trump, my favorite action, and it passes out. The opening lead was a heart. 6 might have been better than the 9 if that's ambiguous. At any rate, it goes up to the king, a diamond, and when they see that the king wins, they know that the jack has to be held over in this hand. Okay. They come with the ace of hearts, and then the next heart is won by the queen. Play a diamond to the jack to the queen. You might have gone up with the ace and then came across and given your last 2. You know that they're going to eventually have to play that ace anyway, but you then, after they play the next one, the ace, and you could have come back in a heart to get the last 2. You would have had 5 tricks either way, in which case, north-south, you made to no trump. A little close, isn't it? You want to have 23 points or a good 22. Fortunately, what happened was this queen of clubs fell doubleton. That gave you an extra trick. There was one setting play. I don't think we would find it as humans. The computer finds it, and that would be the spade. Why is the spade going to win? That doesn't seem intuitive, does it? Well, your partner has to have some, unless South had 6, right? Because they weren't showing support. So if you've got a doubleton, there does have to be a fair number of spades held by your partner. And where is your partner's opening hand? So the reason it's a winning play is because there's the 8 and the 7. So a spade through, you're eventually going to get a couple spade tricks because you've got the 9, 8, 7. So it's a little tricky, isn't it? You wouldn't normally expect your partner to have king, jack, 8, 7. In this case, it was just a lucky play. So I think we would normally, in the case, lead a heart, and in most situations, that's our best chance to set it. And I hope you saw one other thing. Queen doubletons are not always worth much. In this case, the queen doubleton, it wasn't worth anything. And in fact, when you played the ace king, it dropped. It let that jack of clubs set up for the winning trick. Okay, bridge friends, that's 4 hands we've discussed today. I hope you enjoyed our advanced lesson number 1 of competitive bidding and free bids. Now, we spoke about a lot besides free bids. We spoke about big fits, the law of total tricks, such as the East-West. They had a 9-card heart fit, and that was hard for them not to go to the 3 level. Although when they did, if you remember the rule of 10, which said we take a look at the level they did, a 6-trick book, and they went 3 more than that. Okay, so that was 9. And we had in the north hand, king, queen, 3rd, which said if we have 10 or more, they went to 9. We have another 2 is 11. So yes, we've had 10 or more. According to that guideline, we could go ahead and make a penalty double when they got to the 3 level. That provided we had 20 points and a misfit, which we pretty much did. That ace doubleton was not a big fit with partner. What else? Well, we took a look at a lot of things in terms of free bids, didn't we? In the pass out seat, that's not a free bid. That's a balancing seat bid. We can borrow the king from partner. But that one time where we had 11 points and a very nice spade suit, king, queen, 10, 6 times, then we could go ahead and look at it from a standpoint of our suit quality. Suit quality, recall, is the length of the suit, 6, plus the number of honors, in this case 3, king, queen, 10, reasonable suit quality. 6 and 3 is 9, semi-self-sustained suit. We can count our losing trick counts, and so we had 1 loser in spades. If our partner has ace or jack, if they have the ace, we probably have none, which we had that case. And we start taking a look at the side suit losers. That is suits where we don't have ace, king, queen. If we have queen, 3rd, and side suit, remember that was questionable when we had queen, 10, 9, 8, 4th, but it worked out well for us. And in situations where we have more than 3, we don't count losers there either, because we figure, at least in the declare hand, the stronger hand, we can promote those side suits. So we talked about quite a bit, knowing ourselves, knowing our partner, and knowing the opponents. I hope you enjoyed this session. Recall also that when you take a long time to make a bid, you're saying finesse me, right? And so sometimes when it is where we're thinking about an opening lead or we're making a bid, those hesitations, we can't use those on behalf of our partner, but on behalf of the opponents, if they do them, we can use that to our advantage by all means. So I hope you enjoyed the session today. By all means, we look forward to seeing you next time in Advanced Lesson number 2. So have a great day, Bridge, and as always, happy trails to you.